the boogie, send up, drop the boogie. Ball with the ball, the bang, the dang, diggy, diggy, diggy. Send the boogie, send up, drop the boogie. Ball with the ball, the bang, the dang, diggy, diggy, diggy. Send the boogie, send up, drop the boogie.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the NAMAR MDVCS Cup Series, race number 14. We are here for the Holden 400K giant race here, 30 laps here at Pukekohe, the wildest road course that causes the most DNFs on the circuit. Michael Santos grabbing the pole here today. He is one of the drivers that has clinched his way into the chase on a win. Nico Tringali will start in second. Row 3, Logan Scott and Benjamin Tilton both clinched in the chase. Logan via points, Tilton via 2 wins. Carol Morton and Cody Russell start in row 3. None of them are in the chase right now. Michael Beeson, Chris Washer, row 4, and Steve Cavallo and James Morton in row 5. Now as we go through, drivers clinched into the chase by wins is Michael Santos, Benjamin Tilton, Michael Parker, Allison Rogers, Austin Alves, and Michael Naylor. Drivers in the chase right now, but are kind of cutting it close, are Zachary Rogers and Nolan Bergeron, but they are both kind of 30 points ahead of the driver in 25th. Now, the only driver that is outside the top 25 that has a win is Karen Vieira. She won all the way back at Daytona. She has a chance to make it in, but she's going to need some help. Now, drivers that made it in on points, Logan Scott and Greg Lyons. Drivers currently in that might get knocked out are Nico Tringali, Peggy Bowling, Benjamin Dion, Cody Russell, Logan York, and Michael Amato. Outside in points that are in the top 25 in points that are in range, the drivers in range to get in via points are Peter Sands, Alan Cavanero, Jim Morton, Sean Galligan, John Linares, Frank Hopkins, and Scott Greeney. The command has been given. Drivers in the top 25 that need to win to get in the chase are Ryan Shea and Adam Rogers. Outside the top 25 that would have to win and get some help are Carol Morton, Stephanie Vanas, James Morton, Peyton Goodwin, Michael Beeson, Chris Washer, Tony Vieira, Henrietta Fitzwater, and Micah Kidney. And finally, the drivers out of range to get into the chase are Steve Cavallo, Nathan Rogers, and Kate Rogers, as well as Chris Washer. Actually, no. Chris Washer is in range, which would be something if he did get in. Getting ready to go green. Be back in a second. Getting ready to go green flag. Reminder, this is NBC's last race on the season and possibly the career, because it looks like Speed will be doing every race next year. They will be the Ultimate NASCAR channel, and they will do every race, non-stop coverage from Speed. So FX will get its last shot at the All-Star race this year as well. Speed is also broadcasting the chase this year. Getting ready for 30 great laps here. Who will win? Will it be as bad as the part-timers race? Green flag is out. We are underway. And as we watch who, if anybody, is gonna wreck here. And we have a lot of drivers. Big wreck. A lot of people just got wrecked here. Benjamin Tilton is already done. James Morton stuck. Benjamin Tilton, Chris Washer, Henrietta Fitzwater, Benjamin Dion. Michael Santos, Nico Tringali leading. Here are some other drivers that have made it through. Zachary Rogers made it through, and he started in 21st. Santos wide. Nico Tringali to the race lead. Steve Cavallo has him running. Oh, Zachary Rogers, Sean Galligan almost got into it. Looking to see other drivers. We got drivers back here with damage, but have made it. They are 4 wide back here. But Nico Tringali in the lead. And I don't like this 3-wide racing back here. We're going to watch the bottom to see if anybody gets out. And oh, Scott Greening was close to getting into the wall there. Alan Cavanero up back here with some back end damage. Oh! Mason Powers off. Part-timer driver there. And Logan Scott's going to get turned by Michael Beeson. The points leader is dumped. Sean Galligan gets into the wall. Logan Scott just got turned very slowly. But it is crazy as Nico Tringali still leads. And right now it looks like we only have 5 drivers out of the race. And after, considering we have, 17 more drivers than we did in the part-timers, as Michael Santos is going to look to take the lead. But Michael Amato into the wall. His hopes of a chase are gone. Sean Galligan spinning out. Michael Amato's shots are gone, and we just lost everybody. Ryan Shea's on pit road. Nolan Bergeron is done. He might lose out on the chase here. Logan Scott back to only about 12th. So some drivers' chase streams already up in flames. And now Sean Galligan gets spun out again. Alan Cavanero spun around. You got to remember that these drivers will get Peggy Bowling out, Benjamin Tilton out, Chris Washer, Henrietta Fitzwater, Benjamin Dion, James Morton all out. Mason Powers we know is out. These drivers will get... There is a lot of time for these drivers to get back to where they were. And no, Greg Lyons is off now. He's lucky he clinched, but a chance at a win is gone there. Alan Cavanero and Sean Galligan racing their heads off back here. Brenda Rogers coming out of the pits. Oh, and Carol Morton got spun around. Her chances at getting in the chase are probably gone. There's just a ton of action. Peter Sands back here. He probably doesn't want to be back here, as you see Brenda Rogers, Ryan Shea back here. Nolan Bergeron, Michael Amato out as well. Steve Cavallo running up here in 4th. What happened to the 3rd place driver? 3rd place was Michael Beeson, and he is gone somewhere. Oh, and he's on pit road. He's got damage. Nolan Bergeron out. James Morton now. Zachary Rogers up to 4th. Making sure that he gets in this chase for a 4th straight season. Stephanie Manas way off course. Just so much action, it's hard to keep track of it all. Michael Santos, Nico Tringali side by side. Nico has to give up. Michael Santos off into the grass, and he is done. Nico Tringali will drive away with the race lead. Steve Cavallo 2nd, Zachary Rogers 3rd, Michael Parker 4th. And God knows who's 5th, because I hate when it does that. Looks like it is Cody Russell. A lot of drivers back here, though. Now Karen Vieira goes off, and her day will end. Peter Sands gets loose and spins out. Oh, Logan Scott into the wall. Oh, Allison Rogers gets into the wall. Stephanie Vanas, Tony Vieira get in the wall. Look at the crazy racing here. We gotta love this track. As you can see, who else is now getting knocked out of the race. Oh, Carol Morton goes right into the wall. Frank Hopkins might have just got him falling out of the chase there. Huge wreck for both of them. Thank God for tire barriers. But Steve Cavallo in second, one of his probably his best run all season long. Nathan Rogers up here doing pretty good. Ooh, Logan York a little over the place here. Some of these drivers are trying to make the chase. But Carol Morton and Frank Hopkins will most likely now not make it. Steve Cavallo in second, but he's not really gaining. Zachary Rogers, Michael Parker battle for third. Nathan Rogers off. Ooh, Scott Green, he gets into him, and those two spin around. Those two will lose a lot of the ground they had gained. Now Logan York with some major damage. He's got some massive hood damage there. Nicholas Samudio with damage. And Adam Rogers almost going off the track there. Now Michael Parker seems to have gotten spun or something of the like. Steve Cavallo trying to maybe reel in this 44 here. As we see Michael Santos retires. Zachary Rogers in third. Fourth, Mike McKinney. Fifth, Cody Russell. So some drivers are putting themselves in the right spot here. Oh, Sean Harple goes way off the track, and his day will end there. Cavanero slowly gaining spots as others wreck. Same for Sean Galligan. That is a good thing about being in the far back. If you got lots of people wrecking, you will gain some spots here. Going to take a quick break and be right back. We're going to focus on where there are more drivers racing together here, as Micah Kidney, Adam Rogers racing for a spot up here. I believe we said Adam Rogers was looking into be in chase form. Micah Kidney, that happens every time. Micah Kidney almost saved it, but he ends up getting in the wall. As we're seeing other drivers start retiring. Carol Morton, Frank Hopkins. Sean Galligan has a pretty good car. Alan Cavanero's back end is slowing him down a little bit. Peter Sands has some damage from something. Brenda Rogers has a good car. Believe she's a lap down though. Logan York coming into the pits here. Oh, somebody else just got spun. Stephanie Vanas is around. She will lose 11th and fall all the way back to 20th. But the top three are pretty secluded here, as is 6th and 7th. Michael Parker back here in 8th. Just close to being outside of the top 10. Logan Scott still up here in 12th. Oh! Scott Green almost got spun by Nathan Rogers. Cavanero up to 20th. As we lost 2 drivers that time by. And this is the group to watch, and Michael Parker's going to get pitted into the grass. And he will lose 8th. Back almost outside of the top 15. Now Logan York back out on the track, but he must be having some problems with pit road because he has not lost. He still has a ton of damage, and it could be a pit road glitch. Sean Harple coming out of the race. Austin Alves doing a good job here, trying to keep a good standing. Cavanero knows 20th might not be good enough, but it could be, it might be, depending on the circumstances. Peter Sands in 21st. Brenda Rogers up to 22nd now. She is on the lead lap, and she has a pretty good car. So it looks like she will go by Peter Sands for 21st. Zachary Rogers up to 3rd. What happened to Carvalho? Carvalho Cavallo got in the wall, apparently. Tough break for Steve Cavallo. That moves Zachary Rogers up to second. You got the past two champions first and second place. So apparently, Cavallo must have caught a lap carbon trying to pass it or something, because there's no way you do that by yourself. Oh, Jim Morton, Michael Parker getting together there. Maybe he caught Ryan Shea. No, it wasn't Ryan Shea. I don't know who he would have caught to get wrecked like that. Let's take a quick break and see if we can figure out what happened to him. Steve Cavallo, Logan York was coming out of pit road, and Logan York just goes right into him. And oh, man! Thank God for the tire barriers, but Logan York with a dumbass move. That could be a big points penalty, and that could cost Logan York a spot in the chase. The thing we noticed, Scott Greene going off track, he gets into the wall. And then Allison Rogers racing, Alan Cavanero gets in the grass, and she falls off the track. She gets in the wall, and her day is done as well. Cavanero, Sean Galligan slowing down for some reason. But let's get back to live action. Back to live action here. Nico Tringali still in the lead. Cavanero will most likely finish where he is, unless Brendan Rogers catches him. Austin Allen's going to get into Tony Vieira. Tony Vieira gets in the wall. And Tony will lose some spots there. And he will fall out of the top 10. Nobody really catching Nico Tringali here. Michael Naylor, Kate Rogers exchanging 5th place. Tony Vieira, Nathan Rogers may be rubbing a little paint there. Brenda Rogers is catching Alan Cavanero. Don't know if she will catch him to pass him or not. Naylor and Kate Rogers going at it. Logan Scott being able to stay in the top 10 after where he started. Now Nathan Rogers getting into Tony Vieira. Tony Vieira going to get into the grass a little bit more there. But there's just such a big lead over second place here. And Adam Rogers has actually been catching Zachary Rogers. Kate Rogers and Michael Naylor still fighting it out for 5th. Now Jim Morton's going to get in the grass, and he will DNF. Now Stephanie Vanasse got loose, and she hit the wall very slightly, and she is done. 2 more spots for Sean Galligan and Alan Cavanero. Peter Sands as well. This helps a couple drivers here. Michael Naylor seems to have been spun out by Kate Rogers, and he will lose a lot of crap he had gained. Kate Rogers all alone in 5th now. Scott all alone in 6th. A little over halfway through this race. Galligan up to 14th, Cavanero up to 15th. Brendan Rogers up to 16th, and Peter Sands will be up to 17th. Nico Tringali catching Ryan Shea. Oh, John Linares gets spun around by Austin Alves, making contact with him. Nathan Rogers had to put on the brakes there too. Now John Linares will fall outside of the top 10. And Nathan Rogers is back here now with Michael Parker. Going to take another quick break and be back at the 22-minute mark. Back here, 3 wide up here for 8th place. 18 drivers on track. Now Peyton Goodwin will get spun by Tony Vieira. That will cost Peyton Goodwin and Tony Vieira some spots there. We talked about it. You can lose positions and then gain them back because other people will mess up. Nico Tringali trying to catch up to Ryan Shea as Adam Rogers is catching up to Zachary Rogers. As we see, I'm pretty sure we're done losing drivers. Almost an 8-second lead for Nico Tringali. Nico has not won yet this season. And he was in range via points. Winning this race would get him in automatically. As he looks to pass Ryan Shea. This could be dangerous. And he checks up a little bit there, but he will pass Ryan Shea. He will have Peter Sands up next, and he should be good. As Adam Rogers is looking to take second away from Zachary Rogers. And a reminder, Zachary Rogers started in 21st place, got through the first lap mayhem through the first turns, and is up here in the top 3. Sean Galligan getting by Tony Vieira for 13th. Cavanero now, Brenda Rogers is catching Cavanero. So Cavanero might fall to 16th place here. But 10 laps to go for Nico Tringali. As Adam Rogers will go way by Zachary Rogers here. Tony Vieira bouncing off of Sean Galligan. And that will give Sean a clear advantage for 13th. Nico Tringali closing in on Peter Sands. We should watch this. But after Michael Santos went off the track, Nico Tringali had no competition. It'll be interesting to see how the points look after this. But update on the Steve Cavallo incident. Logan York is going to be docked 25 points. Nico Tringali getting very loose there. He will pass Peter Sands, and Ryan Shea dumps Peter Sands. Peter Sands into the guardrail wall. And Peter Sands' day is done. And that was not Ryan Shea's fault. Nico went to pass him. Peter came back down thinking he was clear. And Shea just got his quarter panel. But Logan York will be docked 25 points. And he will therefore most likely not make the chase. Because those points, when you're trying to get in on points, it is very close. Sean Galligan up to 11th. John Linnaeus back here. And Alan Cavanero hit the wall. Brenda Rogers must have gotten under him, and Cavanero hit the wall. I don't know if Cavanero will make the chase now. It's going to be close. Nathan Rogers on pit road too. What the heck? I hate when crap happens and we don't see it. Well, everybody is pretty much separated now. Brenda Rogers might try to catch Tony Vieira. Nico Tringali well in the lead, though, with 7 laps remaining. The fastest lap has gone to Logan Scott. Let's ride on board with Nico Tringali here. As you see him come off the 180 turn there. 6 laps to go for him. A win and get in scenario here for the 44 of Nico Tringali. Adam Rogers in second, doing a good job. Zachary Rogers is third. And a reminder, Adam Rogers was one of those drivers that was in the top 25 in points, but was in the situation of a win and get in, so he will most likely not make the chase. I believe he was out of range points wise. He was out of range, so he will not make the chase, but a great effort from him today. Zachary Rogers in third, trying to hold on in that chase for that win. Cody Russell in fourth will most likely advance. He was one of our points drivers. Excuse me. Kate Rogers was out of range. Logan Scott had already clinched. Austin House with 2 wins. Naylor with 1. Heating up for battle here for 7th, maybe. Peyton Goodwin, I believe, was maybe looking for in on points. I can't remember. Michael Parker's in on a win. Sean Galligan was trying to get in on points, I believe. John Linus, I'm not sure. Tony Vieira, I think, is out of range. Brenda Rogers back here in 14th. Cavernaro will finish in 16th. Peter Sands in 18th. Unknown if they made it or not. I believe Peter Sands was close, but Logan York getting the penalty might help them because that was a really dumb move. Wrecking Carvalho had a good chance to maybe win this race, and he got plain dumped on somebody that came out of pit road. Battle for 14th, 13th now. Brendan Rogers trying to go past Tony Vieira as they make some contact there. But Brenda Rogers will get into 13th, and she has been making her way past some drivers. She has had a pretty damn good car here today. As she has moved her way through other drivers. Three to go for Nico Tringali. We're going to take one more quick break and be back for the finish. Getting ready for the 2 laps to go. Nico Tringali off the final turn. 2 laps to go for the Season 2 champ to get his 5th career victory. And it will be a good one. Ryan Shea getting caught by Adam Rogers. And that could come into play in a second here. If he even catches Ryan Shea. Zachary Rogers looks like he's going to finish 3rd. Cody Russell 4th. Kate Rogers 5th. Logan Scott will finish 6th by the sign of it. Naylor will finish 7th. Alves will finish 8th. Peyton Goodwin will finish in 9th. And Sean Galligan will finish in 10th. Heads up on Sean Galligan. Sean Galligan will be driving the number 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing next season. Peyton Goodwin will be staying at 68. I don't believe anybody else is moving except here. Logan Scott will be retiring after this season. He is done with racing. Cody Russell, unknown whether he will be back in the 78 or in a different ride. Everybody else is pretty much in the same ride they are in for next season. As Nico Tringali comes off the hairpin, coming down to the start-finish line. Through the final turns. It's been a while, but he's finally going to do it again. Nico Tringali will win his 5th career victory here at Pukekohe in the Holden 400K. Congrats to him. Adam Rogers will finish in 2nd. Zachary Rogers will come home 3rd. Cody Russell 4th, and Kate Rogers will come home 5th. We will see you for the showdown in the All-Star race, but before that, I will see you for sign-ups. Or maybe after, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Anyway, see you guys then, bye-bye. There are your chase drivers, folks. Can you believe this? Alan Cavanero made the chase, and you want to know why? Logan York, 25-point penalty. Without that, Alan Cavanero would not be in the chase. That is what happens when you wreck another driver who is on the lead lap when you are not, and you are coming out of the pit. So Logan York pays the price here. 25-point penalty puts him down to 320 points, which you saw in the previous pictures. And that, my friends, costed him because he would have had 345. Alan Cavanero had 338. Alan Cavanero would have been bumped out of the chase, but Logan York screwed up, and he pays the price, and he will miss the chase, and Cavanero will get in. Also, those 16 drivers you see there will be in the All-Star. We'll get to more of that during the showdown and the sign-ups, and we will see you at Pensacola for the showdown and the All-Star, and I will see you guys then. Enjoy this weekend.